Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're really happy to have you. We're talking about autumn cleaning. So, what we're going to talk about is how you can structure your cleaning for autumn. Just some ideas. That's what I have for you. And when we're talking about cleaning, I'm going to add a little bit about emotional cleaning. And then Lisa has some tips for us too that she's going to share tonight. So, let's get started. So we last week, if you saw our class last week, we had a lot of different diffuser blends. Why would that fit into fall cleaning? Because you can take those same blends and you can mix them into your Thieves cleaner. So here is an idea for you. Take whatever blend you absolutely loved, and then you can put it in here for that scent, and then you'll have the fall scent in your home. For instance, if you purchase 100 PV this month, you get a free cassia. And this is like a deep, deep cinnamon scent. So then you're going to have that scent all through your home, which is absolutely lovely and great for your immune system.
Say the name again of it.
Same one we were talking about last week, Cassia. This is the
And
freebie.
I thought it was clove, but the cassia was
Oh,
just
you're right. Go ahead, Lisa. No, it's not.
yeah, cassia was just like offered for September.
Yes,
And I think it's clove though. Yeah, I don't.
you're right. You're right. It isn't. But you could do that with your clove. That's
Yeah,
true. I just
you
love
get both. You get both.
Yeah. You can order the cassia on your monthly order. That's what it is. You can't order it any other way. You can't order it any other time. But if you get a monthly order this month, you can order this one. That's what it is. And if you get a couple of them, then you'll get your free clove also for the 100 PV. Okay. So that is just an idea I had out there. I was thinking I mixed up a bottle every Friday. I do my cleaning and I mixed up a bottle of my cleaner and I thought to myself, should I do the cassia? But I really it's 92 here in Florida. So we're not really into winter yet. So when I got my cleaner mixed up, what I did is I put my Old Sturdy that I love, my bathrooms to smell like, the living room to smell like, because I use this same bottle everywhere, dusting, sinks, floors. So I love my Luscious Lemon. So this is lemon and spearmint, and this is just my cleaning. As it gets darker and colder, I will switch out. But what if you want some other ideas on what to switch out to? So I have a graphic for you here. Let me find it. And it is a graphic that you can mix some of these blends, and then those blends can be, here we go. Fall blends for you. This is a new one straight from Young Living. I thought I might share with you tonight. So this is something new and it's a little different. I think it's going to be small. I think I recorded this kind of strangely. Sorry about that. Can you guys see it?
No, it's too
No.
too small.
Let me see if I can get it. Is that bigger?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Better, better.
Okay, good. It did look very small there. So toasty marshmallow nights. Isn't that awesome? Vanilla, stress away, cinnamon bark, and clove. I got to try that. Fall leaves, eucalyptus, lavender, cedarwood, and frankincense. Fireside glow, orange, northern lights, black spruce, and cinnamon. That's very similar to the perfume that they have. That's called something fireside, something from Wild Notes. There you go. Pumpkin Patch, Young Living, Stress Away, Cinnamon Bark, Vanilla, and Nutmeg. So out of all of those, I think my favorite will be it definitely between the fireside and toasty marshmallows. I guess I'm a fiery kind of girl. Okay. So those are some ideas for you. But what you can do if you love that scent, you could cut it down. Say toasty marshmallow nights was your thing. You have vanilla, you have stress away, cinnamon, and clove. Just you could put 2 drops of vanilla, 1 drop of stress away, 1 drop of cinnamon, and just a little bit of clove in here. So that's how you can cut it down to make it just a bottle size. but normally I put 10 drops. So if you love a nice fresh scent when you're cleaning, then you can do all of them and see how it goes. Let me know. Let me know what you've done. Did anybody try those diffuser blends from last week? Any ideas on how they were? Come on, guys. Got to
Yeah,
work on
I
this.
did.
Okay, tell me, Claudia.
I use the cassia and I use cinnamon bark, but the cassia is really inexpensive and I loved getting it this month. So I used it with orange oil and I used it with peppermint. So it's like a cross, a cinnamon mint, because the peppermint gives you energy, but cassia, it is so powerful, you don't need a lot of that.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah. I did the snow. I just loved it. I forgot exactly what's in it. I have to look it up again, but it's a peppermint blend. Ah, it
That
was
was a good one.
awesome.
I tried that one.
Did you? Okay. What's in
Yeah.
what is it? Do you have that, Mary Lee? What was the snow?
It was smelled nice, but I can't remember. I don't have it with me. I
I'll get
wasn't
it for
prepared.
you later, but that was it touched me when I was teaching last week. So I thought I got to try this one and I absolutely loved it. So I think you guys will too. So if you want to grab a screenshot of that, just some new ideas for fall cleaning for you. And I thought that you would enjoy those different scents. So let me just turn it over to Lisa. And at the end, I'm going to tell you what I have for you about emotional cleaning for the fall. But go ahead, Lisa.
I want to hear what Chris has to say about that. Um, and I do think it is interesting how these scents, when we do our seasons throughout the year, they bring back memories. Have you ever remember going early on in our early years, going to school and smelling those fall leaves, and
Yeah.
depending on where you were from, but there was something in the air that made you connect to that season. And every time that those smells came around, they reminded you of that season, whether it was fall or winter, spring, in the summer. They just like connect you. But one of the things that I know, so I'm in the Northwest, but right now, and I think it's pretty much everywhere in the fall, the things that come in as far as like cleaning and different things, cobwebs, if you notice cobwebs in your house, bugs start coming in the house. And I know some of you are in Florida, it's a different kind of bugs there. But one of the things that I knew, there's a product out there called Murphy's Oil Soap, and maybe you've heard of it. It's old, but one of the
Yes.
ingredients in it is citronella, and they would wipe down the wood, whether it was in their outside or whatever. They'd clean down the wood, and it would help with the mosquitoes. Well, we have a bug repellent that insect repellent that Young Living makes, and I wanted to share that with you. It is unbelievable. I have it right here. I got to go get it. But some of the things that if you're adding with cleaning, now spiders are one of the things that start coming in your house in the fall, or maybe they're on the outside of your house or they're around your doorways. And one of the best things to use for spiders is peppermint. And I'm going to list a couple of different things that you can use when you're making a formula. Okay, we mentioned peppermint, and geranium is known. I know, like aphids, you could spray geranium spray on roses and they keep the aphids away. I knew that that's a remedy from a long time ago. Of course, your citronella, lemongrass, thyme, and rosemary, cedar wood, again, and peppermint. And let's just keep it to those. That's a small list. And I can read that list again so you kind of get it in your mind. These are it's always good to remember those things. I don't have a visual for you. But again, that citronella, of course, it's good for mosquitoes. Lemongrass, thyme, rosemary, cedarwood, geranium, and peppermint. If anything you walk away from here, citronella and peppermint. So if you make a mixture, even if you use the thieves, and I'm going to just tell you a story right now, since I've been up to my mom. I think, Sylvia, you're on today, aren't you? Yeah. Since I've been up here, they've been in this house for about 30 years. They built the house. Well, this year we're having little tiny ants, and we don't know, what causes them to come in, but you leave watermelon,
Right.
drip of watermelon on the counter, all of a sudden there's ants all over, or a Dorito, whatever it is. So the thing is that what I did, and then this again is a simple thing, is make your thieves mixture, just even plain with a little bit of vinegar and water, how Chris has taught us to make the thief mixture, and add peppermint oil in there. I'm going to tell you something. We were been battling these ants, and every time we spray that on there, spray it right on the ants, wipe them off with a paper towel or whatever. It gets rid of them, but it gets rid of the trail, and they do not like the peppermint. And it has been so successful in getting rid of these tiny ants that will just infestate when you're
Yeah.
cleaning, and you don't even know where they're coming or why they're coming in, but they're just coming. They're like a little, does anyone ever experience the tiny ants? And they're, yes, okay.
Yeah,
You know
the
what I'm
ghost ants, they had that little white thing on the back end. They call them the ghost ants, and they're real
Oh.
tiny, teeny weeny.
Tiny. Ours, I don't know if ours has white,
Yeah.
but so anyway, that's just something that we Sylvia, who's on today, I know she wants to tell the story, but we encountered that, and it was a constant daily battle. You empty the garbage out, you do it, but spraying that around the garbage cans and the countertops has had them dissipate. The other thing I wanted to mention was the spiders and mice. That peppermint, I made a little spray bottle of it in the garage. I put cedar wood and peppermint, a little bit of thieves, in just a spray bottle that I keep in the garage. Spray it around the threshold of your door. The mice have been deterred from it, and also the again, the spiders. We're not seeing as many spiders as we have in the past. Again, I sprayed it in the corners, up in the garage, or just anywhere. Again, this is the Northwest. This is a rainforest, so spiders is something we deal with here. Florida gets a lot of moisture too, but spiders, I know they're different there. They're different in different parts of the country, but across the board, universally, I say keep that peppermint oil in your house and always keep thieves. If you walk away from any of this, you will at one point encounter these things and want that spray, want that bug spray. The other thing I was going to just show you real quickly. This is a product that Young Living makes, and it's called Insect Repellent. And again, it's put together safely for your body to deal with different kind of insects. It says it's not formulated and is formulated without DEET, paraffins, fillers, anything that sulfates, anything that's not good for you. So if you're back east and you're dealing with a lot of deadly mosquitoes right now, or deadly bugs, and let's talk about those, whether they're ticks or different things. I know my son is back in New York, and he's working on a project where they're dealing with these things daily. Putting this on, you want to have it chemical free. So he puts it on his ankles and his shoes. I go, sometimes you just put on your ankles and your wrists or things. Keep the bugs away. And again, it is an oil, again, oil-based, but it's just wonderful. If you don't have this on your shopping list to get, you might want to get one of these if you have any kind of bug issues, and use it sparingly, but it works really wonderful. So I just wanted to share those things. If you don't do this, make up your own thing to clean your house with, keep the bugs out.
Love it. Thank you so much. Thanks for sharing with us. Okay.
Yeah.
Claudia has some autumn cleaning ideas for us too. So what do you got for us, Claudia?
Sorry about that. I was on mute. So this is very dear to my heart, the Thieves Cleaner. I know a lot of times when the autumn season begins, it's our time for family, it's our time for company. When cooler weather begins, we tend to entertain more in our home. So just a real personal experience. I was out with a friend. I have several friends that have their own cleaning business. And I don't know if people really understand and know, because when they think about Young Living, they think about expensive, they think I can't afford it. But this cleaner is about $24. It used to be a little bit more money. It got lowered during the 2020 experience, but this is dear to my heart because my respiratory issues began because of the cleaners I used in my home. So my lungs got weakened. I am officially an asthmatic, and I could never go back to the cleaners I used for before. But I think it's important for people to understand what greenwashing is. So greenwashing is a lot of people trying to jump the wagon and saying, you know what, we know chemicals are killing people, and so they tell people what people want to hear and they greenwash their product, but their product is every bit as toxic as the cleaners we're trying to separate from. And they get to charge a dearer price because I don't know if you've noticed things. Sometimes when something is natural, when something is good for you, the price goes up. This cleaner, you guys notice that? So this cleaner for me lasts me about a year. And my husband did janitorial work. And when he started doing janitorial work, because he suffered from 2020 issues as well, he also has to stay away from chemicals. He only cleaned with thieves. And guess what? The people said at the industrial place where my husband cleaned, they said, we've never had a place as clean as this. We have never had any janitor do the type of cleaning that you're doing, and it was a protection for all the employees. I mean, I'm sure they didn't appreciate that. They didn't understand the depth of it. But this is used by Capful. The friend that I met that has her own cleaning business, she also has weak lungs. And I said to her, I said, you gotta try the cleaner. And she's like, can I afford it? I said, can you afford $24? And she goes, how long does it last? So you use this by Capful. Now this is just a suggested, I have plastic bottles. I saw Chris hold up her cleaner. This is just like this, but she got the top from Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. So when this gets emptied, you don't throw it away. The new packaging is a bigger bottle, but I still love this bottle. So it's by Capful, and in this size bottle, I use about 1 capful, 2 capfuls if it's for the bathroom, and I mix it with white vinegar. I can add, if you have white surfaces, if you have grout, if you have a messy husband, add lemon oil to it. You can add cinnamon bark to it. You don't have to, but the lemon oil will spruce up the whites. You can use this in your laundry. I use the spray on my dogs, and it helps them with the little things that dogs catch. The spray cleaner keeps their coat fresh. It keeps it clean. It deodorizes it, and it helps with the flea issue. So I use the cleaner too on my dogs when they had skin infections. That's how amazing the Thieves Cleaner is. So it's safe. Your skin is the biggest pore. Sometimes we think of our skin as a barrier, but your skin is really a sponge. So for you to walk barefoot in your home, if you clean with hazardous products, that goes through your feet and into your system. If you clean, if you don't use gloves, when you use hazardous products, it goes through your pores. It could cause severe skin issues, but more importantly, it can cause lung issues. It can cause hormonal disruptions. It can cause, the list goes on and on and on, what a toxic chemical does for you. So this is really across the board. Even if you add the Dollar Tree to the mix, this is the cheapest. This is the cheapest. It is used by Capful. When we clean glass, we use less than a capful. And I use some rubbing alcohol, water. For my toilets, I use a capful. I use vinegar. I sprinkle baking soda in the toilet. And of course, we have the Thieves Scrub, which is awesome. But, for those friends that are on a tight budget, they want to watch their pennies, go ahead and use the baking soda. I sprinkle the tub. I spray down the baking soda, and you get that nice scrub for a bathtub, for a toilet. for a shower, and it's so awesome at getting the soap scum on. So my lady that has her own cleaning business, she does B&Bs. She does several homes, and so she gave me a review. She says, "This is the best stuff I've used," and I'm like, were you scared that it wasn't going to clean?" And she says, "I was. I have used products that are natural and they don't get the crud out. So this is awesome even in the laundry room. This is very versatile. Like you can't throw something at me here that you guys need to clean that this cannot be used for. So even if you have something delicate, the Thieves Cleaner is amazing. And because of the cinnamon bark in it, you get that fall smell. You know, you get that. A lot of people just love the smell. It's got the cinnamon, it's got the rosemary, it's got the eucalyptus, it has the lemon. But remember that you can spruce it up with your fall oils, and the oils will add more cleaning power.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much, Claudia. That was really, really nice. Okay, so I promised you guys any questions so far on our cleaning methods, cleaning ideas for the fall before we move on to emotional cleaning for the
Ooh.
fall. Any questions? Nope. Okay, good. Here we go. First of all, I do want to show you what you want to look for not having in your cleaners. Here's a graphic of some things that you want to make sure you don't have in your cleaning products. That's why Thieves is just so simple. And like Claudia said, I totally agree that dollar store is more expensive than this. So every single person should have this. And I have cleaned our house just with this for years and years and years. We haven't got, but you think, is it really strong enough? That's what you're going to think. That's what I thought. Even for the tubs or for the sinks, is this really strong enough? So I just mix it with baking soda if I don't have, there is a scrub you can buy. Sometimes I have that. Sometimes I just mix this with baking soda. And this is it. I mean, I have my white vinegar. That's it. And baking soda. That's all. Even for the mirrors, I just have this. I use this spray with a little bit of white vinegar in it. But those are some things if you want to see what would happen to you. You're not having any of those endocrine disruptors, carcinogens, uh, toxic products for your body, neurotoxicity in your cleaning products if you're using this. That's the double whammy why everybody should clean their house with Thieves. Okay. So I just thought it might be a nice time because I remember my bunch in New England used to always tell me this was a really hard time of year. When fall and winter start setting into New England, the days start getting shorter, that your emotions kind of need cleansed. Your emotions need a revamp because it's a very, very hard time. So I thought I would share with you some graphics that I have from a class that we did called the feelings class. We might do that for you again sometime. But what can you do to deal with these negative feelings? So here are some blends that you might enjoy knowing on dealing with these different feelings. So when you're in the house more, it's getting dark earlier, stress, anxiety, sadness, exhaustion, these things set in. So here are some oils that can help you. What do you put in your diffuser? These are just some ideas. We've got bergamot in there. We've got grapefruit. We've got some tree oils, limes. There's just some really beautiful blends. So if you want to grab a screenshot of this, this is something that can help you emotionally to cleanse the bad feelings out and keep yourself happy. Summer's a happy time.
Could
And
you make it bigger? Could you make it bigger?
I think I did already. I think that's the biggest it's going to go. Sorry about that. Yep, I did make it bigger. Sorry about
Okay.
that. Yeah, it's worry is patchouli, bergamot, frankincense, exhaustion here, tiredness, peppermint orange, juniper, feeling down, orange, lemon, bergamot. So citrus oils really play a large role. Lavender does everything. You see for sadness itself there, it talks about orange, lavender, and grapefruit. So just so you know, these are, if you get some of these ideas in your head too, today I don't feel happy. Grab your citrus oils, maybe grab a tree oil, put it in your diffuser, get the diffuser going. It really, really does matter. And overnight is the perfect time to reboot your system also to feel your best. So maybe think of some of these blends for your diffuser overnight. Those are some things that I thought that you all would enjoy hearing. And I have some more graphics for you here I wanted to share. Let me see. I think the way I copied these, hopefully you guys can see it. I'm sorry if it's small. It just did a really weird thing when I was putting these graphics together for you tonight. Here's some more feelings. Maybe you're feeling sad again. This to me sounded a little strange when I was told, tell yourself positive thoughts. But
Mhm.
when you think of it as just telling yourself, thinking positive, that's great. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, grab your Envision oil and say, I've got this. I have the energy to deal with this. If you're feeling some resentment, think positive, think loving thoughts, and use your release oil. If you're feeling down, say, I can handle this today. I'm happy. Just tell yourself you're happy. Grab your orange oil and do the sniffs. Put a drop on your hands, get it deep into that limbic lobe, get it into your brain. If you can't get going, this is me, rosemary. I mean, I'll sit on the couch sometimes. It takes me all day to clean this house on Friday. That's why you guys always see me with a wet head because it's like, oh no, now I got to rush. But if that happens to you, rosemary, I should put that in my diffuser on Fridays. Good idea. And then this is actually dealing more about creativity, but I think just getting something done. Rosemary is a booster. Say, I got this and I'm going to finish this task. It's usually cleaning my house. That's my Friday's task. And then if you're feeling vulnerable, frankincense. I'm safe and I'm at peace with myself and what's happening around me. So those are some really beautiful ideas for fall emotions. When darkness is there, starting to get dark earlier, and you're not feeling like summer vacation is around the corner, these are different oils that can help you in case you didn't know or you haven't thought about that before.
I
One,
can add an oil
okay,
to
sure.
that conversation. So this is an oil that's overlooked a lot. This is called the Kid Power. It has been marketed for adults by Young Living. They changed the name for last year's winter season. They turned it to Vanilla Whimsy. But this is done for times of grief, for times of stress, for children that feel anxious about going back to school. And it has a lot of the ingredients that Chris mentioned. So let me just read some of these, because if you use these when you're in a really, it has orange, vanilla, black spruce, blue tansy, frankincense, geranium. The blue tansy is a cleaner. It helps with things like anger. So children deal with a lot of difficult emotions, but this is something I'm never without in this household. And in the diffuser, it's gorgeous because I can't afford frankincense in the diffuser. Frankincense across your brain, frankincense on your thumb, touch it to the roof of your mouth. I had a friend reach out to me because she's going through a critical time period. And the frankincense is changing her mindset, which is amazing. But Kid Power won't break the bank. It comes in a nice big bottle. And then you can add it to your diffuser and do the respiratory exercises that Chris showed.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's that's really nice, especially if you're stuck too. Got to move forward. Kid Power is a really, really nice one. Yeah.
Highest Potential has a lot of good things in it too. Highest Potential.
I
Absolutely.
love that one.
Yeah, that has a lot of good things in it for release.
Yes.
Move ahead. Definitely, definitely. So one last thing that I wanted to share with you all. This is something we were talking about last week for those of you that were here, but it's back. This is the waterless diffuser, the beautiful lavender colored waterless diffuser. And if you're new and you want to make a bundle, or just for your monthly order, you want to make a bundle, why not throw in some cozy chai, pumpkin spice, and orange creamsicle? Then you get that free clove that we were talking about earlier. But this is just, I love if you travel, this is the best diffuser to have. No water. I was spilling water all over the place. And even when I do a demonstration, a class for somebody, this is really, really nice to have, because last time I wanted to get out of there quick. So I took my diffuser, I just put it in the box and I had water all over the trunk. It was terrible. So if you're on the move, this is a really nice diffuser. And it's $55, maybe a little bit pricey, but for what it does, and it's a solid diffuser. It's really, really great to have. And I love that cozy chai. That's just such a nice scent for winter. But those are the basic things I wanted to share with you guys. I think we will say goodbye to the recording and have a little chat with those of you who are here. Thanks for joining us. Bye.